kids are mandatory to attend school. Listen to what I'm about to say. This video might not be everybody's cup of tea. Welcome back to my channel. This might not be everybody's cup of tea, like I said, but if you live in the UK and you have children, get a chair, sit down, come closer, and listen to what I'm about to say. We received a letter from Manchester Children and Family Directorate, and I was like, what is this? So I opened the letter. I couldn't believe what I saw. We've been summoned by Manchester Children and Family Directorate for pulling my daughter off school. In fact, they've taken us to court. They've summoned us under section 4441 and 4441A. I was so shocked when I saw this letter. So I decided to read the content of, this letter from Manchester City Council Family and Children Directorate. And so surprised, the content of the letter was addressed to my daughter, the one in secondary school. We pulled her off school from 19th of December to January. Okay, for that reason, they wrote us this letter and they've summoned us. And we had three options. First option is paying a £60 fine, £60 for myself and £60 for my husband, in total 120. And this has to be paid within 21 days from the day this letter was sent. After the 21 days, if you don't pay, right, then you have to pay £1,000 as fine. It falls under section 4441 of School Attendance Act. Okay. The third option is you'll be persecuted, pay a fine of £2,500, and there's a possibility that you go to jail. So which option was the best for us? We decided to pay the £60 within the 21 days. So we did pay the £60. One thing I've noticed here in the UK, when it comes to school, this is the first time this has happened to me. Yeah, it is the first time since I've been in this UK for many years that it has happened to me. So one thing I noticed about this UK, when it comes to kids, right, from primary to secondary school, college, I won't say 100%, but with primary and secondary is a no-go area. When it comes to schooling and academics, is a no-go area. That is where the government are like the parents of that child. You don't joke with those periods. So everyone watching me, if you live in the UK or you're living in the UK and you've got kids, please be very careful, with your children when it comes to pulling them off school. So what I'm trying to say here, under this section 444, kids are mandatory to attend school. If you violate this thing, that means these sections will apply to you. And if you violate the first section, the second section, is it worth going to prison or paying £2,500 or £1,000 because you pull your child out of school for just extra 1 day? In my case, it was 6 days. The reason I've put this thing out, there might be some people that don't have much idea about, how the UK government are serious about school. When it comes to student, primary and secondary school education, they don't joke with it. It's a no-go area. So please and please, I know sometimes the kids might be sick and you're ringing sick. That's fine. But if you want to travel with your children during school period, and the reasons are acceptable, because I think there are a list of things school will accept and will not report you to the school directorate. Okay. If you fall in under this category, then you can take your kids out for more than 6 days. Yeah. So try as much as possible to fix your traveling within, school holiday period. In my own case, the lady, when I spoke to my daughter's school, they said my reason wasn't good enough. That was why I got this letter. There's something I also need to mention as well. Because we've got this letter from Manchester School Directory, it will be on their record for a while, right? So what they will do is to monitor to see if I'm going to do, repeat the same thing again. because there's a section in this letter, right, that was sent to us that they're going to monitor us. And if it repeats itself continuously, then that means it's jail term. This is one of the reasons I decided to do this video, because I know some people might not have idea of this section 4441 and 1A of the school directory. Attendance for your pikin, your child, from primary to secondary school to college is mandatory, except the child decide not to go to college and wants to work, then that's fine. But once a child is in primary school, is a government responsibility. Secondary school is a government responsibility. College is a government responsibility. University self, I'm not too sure. So please try as much as possible to avoid things like this, okay? And if you stayed up to this point, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave me a beautiful comment. And I'll see you all in my next one. Bye-bye.